Hi, it's Jared from Strong Roots Farm. Another windy day. We're still building fence, and this is the How to Build Proper Farm Fence series, right? So we've had multiple videos up to this point. They will be down in the description as well as all the future videos. But today we're going to be stringing up our fence. I apologize for the weather, but we're a real farm and we got to get work done. Today you're going to see us string the high tensile fence. We'll have some barbed wire, we're going to have some regular high tensile, and then we're going to have some electrified high tensile. I'll show you all three of those steps, how we build them, how we put them together, all of that. We're also going to talk about how to do this section if you wanted woven wire. That'll be here. Stick around. Thanks for joining us. As I said, all the other videos are down in the description. So as we get started, we just built our H-brace and we have connected wires up here on the top and the bottom. We're going to do the top and the bottom run first. You can see this is high tensile wire, but we are going to use the top and the bottom lane for barbed wire. But in order to put a tensioner on, I like to start with high tensile, and I'll show you why. But basically, spin this around, sorry. We nailed it up to the top and the bottom in our correct spacing. We're going to attach our ratchet to this end of this, and then from the ratchet will be barbed wire all the way to the other end. Okay, so what we've done is we have attached our ratchet to the ratchet side first using high tensile. These ratchets don't like to spin barbed wire around them very well. So I start the fence over there with high tensile, and we're going to put 2 hole wraps around it. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but basically it's got a bend in it, and then I've got 2 wraps all the way around as I've clicked it with my hand, okay? And then we'll take barbed wire and attach to this end. And so barbed wire is just a little cheaper. It's what we like for the bottom and the top. It keeps things from jumping over. It keeps dogs from going under. But the bottom and the top on our fence is not electrified. But I always start with this high tensile because it just clicks better. It uses these ratchets better. And I like to start with this end. And then when we pull the barbed wire tight, this is already tight. It's already locked in place. But as it sags over time, we can come back to this tensioner. Now, why am I so far? And so I want you to see that. I'll back up here a little bit. So the ratchet's way down here. We're quite a ways away. On the electric side, I will build it the exact same way, but my ratchets will be up close, right? So if it's not electrified, I try to go in the next space after my H-brace because I'm gonna have 3 dead, basically grounded out lines and 2 hot lines. So that way my ratchets are spaced out. I'll have 3 ratchets here. The bottom, the top, and the middle will be dead. And then my 2 hot wires, my ratchets will be up here closer. That way there's more electrified sections. And the ratchets, you're not ratcheting right next to each other. It's just the way I choose to do it. I'm gonna show you how I do that ratchet though. I wanna show you how I tie that. Okay, so we have our end of our wire. We have our ratchet with our hole in it. Put the ratchet top up. It's important that you figure out how to do this. So when you're holding it like this, you wanna see that hole through it. Here in the center, we're going to put this wire. You're going to take this wire and stick it through it. And now I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to crimp down right here on the end. Just going to make a tight little bend in it. Even tighter than that. Just like that. I made a little hook. And then when I stick that hook around, it catches on that and keeps it from going backwards. So I can put my pliers back in my pocket. I'm gonna bend up on my wire, put a few more clicks in it, bend up on my wire, a few more clicks, and I just keep going like this till I get 2 circles all the way around by hand. Now it's tight, and when I pull tension on this, this will level out and we're ready to use our tool. So we're gonna hook barbed wire to this side. All right, now that we have our ratchet on and I have this piece of wire, the beginning of our fence, basically just stapled, I want to show you how we're going to tie this. You come underneath the first one and go down through the hole, and then we're going to pull back tight. Just like that, and then we're going to bend it down. So we've got our loop. That's step 1. Underneath, down through, hold tight. Okay, so now we've got our loop undone and we're gonna wrap it around here 6 times and tie. The other way to do this would be to use a crimp. I've seen people even just wrap and tie, but when this pulls tight, this loop and this knot will never come undone. So I'm going to slide this knot down and then I'm gonna start wrapping it. And you wanna go over top and then wrap underneath. Okay, so as you get a close view of this, you can see we're wrapping a tight knot there. 6 is the minimum. I kind of go as whatever the wire's there. If I can get 10, I will, and then we'll cut that off. What we've done is we've taken our barbed wire and we've pulled off 4 or 5 barbs, okay? We put a bend in it like this, and we're gonna feed that through our hole in our ratchet, right until our bend is. And then we're gonna take and bend it all the way over. Hold this tight. You could use a sleeve crimp. Barbed wire does not necessarily tie the best, in my opinion, just by wrapping. So a sleeve crimp might not be a bad idea, but I've gotten away with just tying it for years. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just taking my wire and making my loops. On barbed wire, I tend to go 7 or 8, 10 circles, a little bit more than 6 like I do on high tensile as my minimum, just because it doesn't necessarily always tie as tight. So take a look at it. So we'll do a few more and then we'll cut that off. Okay, so we've got our barbed wire ran from the other end that we tied to our ratchet, and then we're all the way to this end. This is the tool you need, this slide clevis. If you have a chain that'll hook into it, it's great, you can, but we don't. So we put this clevis on it, this pin clevis. I don't know where it's at, it's an old one, I found it, but the chain hooks in it nice. So what we're gonna do now is back the tractor up, tighten this, wiggle it up and down, maybe go down through there, and then we will put our nails in. But remember, we're not gonna nail the nails in all the way in the fence staple so that the tensioner can move. So you leave them gapped about 1/4 to 3/8 inch. So we're gonna pull tight, leave the tractor in park, and then nail all our nails in next. And then after we get everything in, we'll tie the nail that goes on this post will be nailed in tight, and we'll double nail it. And then we'll cut this off of here and we'll wrap it around and tie this into the barbed wire. Okay, we've got this stretched. We've got all of it nailed all the way down through there. Our height, we're about 8 inches off the ground. We've released pressure on the tractor, but I'll have Rue pull up just a little bit. And I've got double staples, 2, 3 staples in tight down on this post. We're gonna cut this, feed it through there, and then tie it off. And then that run will be done. And if we need to tighten up the tension any, we can with our tensioner at our other end. So that is the first run. And then we basically just repeat that over and over for whatever distance we want, the 5 spaces. That's the only thing I really need left to talk about, is how do we space them. All right, we're about to get wet, so we're gonna finish up here. But 6 to 8 inches off the ground, I put that one in first, I put the top one in next. With high tensile, it's wherever you really want. I kind of leave 3 or 4 extra inches in my post. We talked about the woven wire already. Then I go in the center, and then I split that difference again, and that's how I do 5 runs. You could have a bigger gap between number 4 and the top if you wanted, because less animals will jump through there and they need to be at the bottom. I'm about to get soaked. Hope that helps you. Well, there you have it. The rain's starting to come down. We had to get everything in. At least we didn't get soaked. Hope that video helped you. Stick around for the rest of them. We'll show how we finish up that fence and how we do the electrical line. So we'll put that together. The electrical fence line that's in there and how you set up your electrical charger, that'll be another video. Thanks for watching. Until next time.